1. Optimize your life. The chapter argues that people should maximize their positive experiences rather than focus solely on accumulating wealth and material possessions. The author uses the story of his friend Erin and her husband John who had cancer to illustrate this point. The key is to optimize fulfillment while minimizing waste during one's finite time on Earth. 2. Invest in experiences. The author believes people should invest their money and time in meaningful experiences rather than physical goods. However, he acknowledges that different backgrounds will be significant for other people. The key is deciding what makes you happy and converting your money into those experiences. 3. Why die with zero? The chapter argues against people saving all their money for retirement or an emergency and dying with little left. The author believes people should spend more on experiences while they are able and healthy. 4. How to spend your money. The chapter provides tips on prioritizing experiences over material goods and carefully spending money to maximize fulfillment during one's lifetime. 5. What about the kids? The author discusses balancing spending on experiences for oneself versus saving for one's children and family. 6. Balance your life. Living a balanced life involves time budgeting, knowing one's peak earning years, and taking some risks. 7. Conclusion. The author reiterates maximizing life experiences while minimizing regret before concluding. In summary, the key theme is that people should prioritize meaningful experiences and convert their wealth into those experiences, rather than endlessly accumulate material goods or save unspent wealth for the end of life. However, what constitutes meaningful experiences will differ for each individual. People differ in the experiences that satisfy them. Some enjoy travel and adventure while others prefer staying close to home. Some derive happiness from spending on themselves and others, while some prefer donating to causes. Most people enjoy a mix. Timing is essential to maximize fulfillment from experiences. An incident at the right age can maximize its impact, regardless of wealth. Even billionaires struggle to spend their fortunes during their lifetimes. While they donate a lot, many wealthy people accumulate wealth faster than they can pay or donate responsibly. The author had a life-changing conversation with his boss who criticized him for saving too much of his modest income. His boss explained the concept of consumption smoothing, transferring money from high income to low income periods. This shifted the author's perspective on balancing earnings and spending. The author realized that while he couldn't predict the magnitude of future earnings, he knew confidently his income would increase beyond the meager $18,000 he was earning then. This showed the wisdom in smoothing consumption and enjoying more of his current income. The book Your Money or You, Our Life influenced the author's thinking about spending and saving at the correct times. 1. The author was deeply impacted by the idea presented in Your Money or Your Life that money represents life energy. Every hour you work earns you a certain amount of money but also costs you an hour of your life. 2. This made the author see everything regarding the trade-off between money and time, how much time an item would cost him based on his salary. He started to question whether things were worth the time he'd have to work to afford them. 3. The author argues that a higher salary does not necessarily mean more actual income per hour after accounting for costs like commuting time and expenses needed for the job. 4. Ultimately, the author believes that experiences, not possessions, give real value and meaning to life. Experiences gain weight over time, while possessions often depreciate. 5. The book aims to help readers maximize the value of their experiences and spend their life energy optimally before they die. However, the author recognizes that not everyone can afford to pay freely now, so the advice is aimed more at those saving too much for their good. In summary, money represents life energy or time, so we should focus on the experiences that will give our lives the most outstanding value and meaning rather than focusing excessively on earning and saving money for its own sake. Your life is the sum of your experiences. The richness of your experiences will determine how fulfilling you judge your life to be. You should deliberately plan the experiences you want to have in life. It would help if you plan to follow society's default path and create your desired journey. Many people live on autopilot, missing opportunities for meaningful experiences and becoming thirsty at the end of life. Start investing in experiences early. It's easier and more enjoyable when you're young. You won't regret those experiences, no matter what they cost. Jason's story illustrates this point. Though he took an expensive trip in his early 20s, borrowing from a loan shark, he considers it a bargain for the life experiences he gained. Thinking about your life experiences quantitatively and deliberately can help you maximize fulfillment. Your life is the business of the acquisition of memories. The critical takeaway is to proactively plan and invest in the experiences you want to have, especially when you're young. Doing so will give you the most meaningful memories and the most prosperous life. Here is a summary of the provided text. The author argues that experiences are an investment in our future selves through the memories they generate. While we tend to equate investments only with financial gains, the author makes the case that investments can also yield non-financial dividends. The key points are: 1. Life is the sum of all experiences. The author uses an experience point system to quantify the value of different experiences. 2. Memories from past experiences pay the memory dividend. They help enrich our present lives by providing context and meaning. Memories serve as investments that yield dividends in the future. 3. Experiences act as an investment in your human capital. While financial returns are not guaranteed, the enjoyment and memories generated provide sufficient value. 4. The author argues for finding a balance between saving for the future, the ant, and living in the moment, the grasshopper. Both delayed gratification and immediate pleasures have value. 5. Investing in experiences like taking a vacation, learning a skill, or creating meaningful relationships yields the memory dividend, memories that can be revisited and enjoyed throughout one's life. These memories help define who we are and enrich our daily lives. The key takeaway is that experiences are a worthwhile investment due to the memories and meaning they generate, which continue to pay off over one's lifetime. Financial gains are not the only type of return an investment can yield. 1. Memories of experiences can be powerful and provide an ongoing memory dividend of pleasure and fulfillment. This is why people value photo albums and reminiscing about past trips and events. 2. Companies like Facebook monetize this memory dividend by triggering people's memories and good feelings, making you a loyal customer. 3. The experience points from recalling a memory can sometimes equal or exceed the experience points from the original event due to compounding. Sharing memories with others compound the returns. 4. The author argues we should invest in experiences rather than just financial returns since experiences provide enjoyment during the event and ongoing fulfillment from memories. 5. The memory dividends from an experience can add to more fulfillment than the initial experience. 6. The author advises investing in experiences early in life to maximize the memory dividends you reap over time. The sooner you start, the bigger the tail of ongoing memories. That covers the key themes and arguments presented in the text in a summarized and condensed manner. Let me know if you would like me to expand or clarify any part of the summary. Here's a summary of the key points in the passage. 1. Don't work and save money on autopilot. Actively choose how to spend your time and money to have fulfilling experiences. 2. Start investing in experiences early in life, even with little money. Free or cheap experiences can be delightful when you're young. 3. Aim to die with zero. Don't work and save excessively beyond what you'll enjoy and use. John Arnold made billions but retired too late to enjoy his wealth fully. 4. Make deliberate choices about how you spend your time and money to maximize life energy. Don't operate on autopilot. 5. Now is the time to start investing in experiences and adventures. Consider the risks of waiting. 6. Enhance your memories from experiences by taking photos, planning reunions, and making videos. The key message is not to become focused on something other than earning and saving money that you miss out on living and enjoying your own life. The author advises deliberately investing in experiences and adventures while young rather than saving excessively beyond what you'll use. Here's a summary of the key points. 1. Working for money can become an addictive habit that is hard to break. Once you're used to earning money to survive, the thrill of making money exceeds the joy of living. 2. Dying with leftover money wastes life energy, representing experiences and opportunities you didn't take advantage of while alive. Even small excess amounts represent hours of unnecessary labor. 3. While extreme cases like John's illustrate the point, even ordinary workers can fall into the trap of saving and spending too little. Inertia and myopia can prevent people from optimizing their spending over a lifetime. 4. According to economists like Modigliani, the rational approach is to aim to die with zero by spending all of your money by the end of your expected lifespan. However, only some people do this in practice due to inertia and other behaviors. 5. Some argue this analysis doesn't apply to them because they love their jobs. While a small minority may genuinely enjoy their work, for most the enjoyment comes from the thrill of earning money rather than the work itself. So, in short, the key message is that aiming to spend all of your money by the end of life and avoiding leftover amounts can help you avoid wasting your limited life energy on unnecessary labor. However, achieving this goal in practice can be difficult due to human tendencies like inertia and myopia. Here is a summary of the given text. The critical point is that most people save too much and spend their savings too slowly in retirement. Data from the Federal Reserve shows that people's savings continue to increase well into their 70s and 80s, indicating they need to spend more in retirement. A study found that retirees on average spend about the same amount of money as they earn in retirement, showing they need to draw down their savings sufficiently. After 20 years of retirement or until death, retirees with over $500,000 saved only spend about 12% of that amount. Even retirees with less than $200,000 saved spent down only about 25% after 18 years of retirement. Some retirees increased their savings after retiring. Retirees with pensions, who have a guaranteed income source, spent down much less of their assets than those without pensions. In summary, many savers are depriving themselves now to save for an uncertain future where they may not live long enough to benefit from all that saved money. The data shows people need to spend down their savings more aggressively in retirement. Here is a summary of the key points in the passage. 1. Many retirees save too much money and spend too little during their retirement years, leaving significant amounts unspent at the end of their lives. 2. Retirees often intend to spend their savings on experiences but do not fail to do so due to reduced wants and needs as they age. They enter slow-go and no-go phases later in retirement. 3. Spending tends to decline steadily as people age, even for retirees with substantial assets. However, the message of declining spending in retirement is yet to reach the general public. 4. Retirees also tend to oversave as a precaution to cover potential high medical costs in old age. However, even substantial savings often will make the most expensive healthcare needs clear. 5. Instead of oversaving to cover healthcare costs at the end of life, the author recommends spending money on preventive care and health maintenance earlier in life. 6. The author argues that saving to extend life by a few months, in the end, is not worthwhile and that it's better to spend money to enhance the quality of life while still being able to. 7. Long-term care insurance is better than oversaving if assistance is needed later in life. That covers the significant arguments and explanations presented in the text regarding why retirees often end up with unspent savings at the end of their lives. Let me know if you would like me to elaborate further on any part of this summary. Here are the key points about how to spend your money while aiming to die with zero. 1. Hitting zero exactly is impossible since you cannot predict your exact lifespan. But you can still get close by seeking a reasonable life expectancy based on calculators and probabilities. 2. Use life expectancy calculators to estimate how long you will live. This will give you a better idea of how much to save and spend. 3. Buy life insurance to deal with the risk of dying earlier than expected. Life insurance companies can manage this risk by pooling many customers. 4. Buy an income annuity to deal with the risk of outliving your savings. Annuities are insurance that guarantees you an income stream for life. They ensure you have enough money. 5. Think of annuities as insurance, not investments. Their goal is to insure you against longevity risk, not maximize returns. As investments, annuities generally perform poorly. In summary, use tools like life expectancy calculators and financial products like insurance and annuities to give yourself the best chance of dying with close to zero savings. While hitting zero is impossible, aiming for that goal can help optimize your spending and minimize waste. Here is a summary of the key points in the text. 1. Buying an annuity means giving an insurance company a lump sum and a guaranteed monthly payout for life. Annuities can ensure you don't outlive your money. 2. Annuities offer a reasonably high rate of return because you relinquish your principal. If you die soon after buying an annuity, the money goes to other annuity holders. 3. Self-insuring and managing your money yourself is not ideal because you need the ability to pool and offset risks like insurance companies can. 4. Some argue that annuities are a rational way to deal with longevity risk, though many people still need to buy them. 5. The author only recommends annuities for some but says you should consider options to ensure you don't outlive your money. 6. Your risk tolerance determines how much you save versus investing in annuities. The goal is to avoid wasting years of savings. 7. You must understand annuities to work with a financial advisor who can help create a plan to maximize your enjoyment from savings without outliving them. 8. The author discusses accumulating savings by spending more as you age to avoid dying with assets left over. This requires tracking your health, lifespan estimates, and costs of living. 9. Aggressively spending on enjoyable experiences ensures you don't waste life energy by underspending during your lifespan. Is this an accurate summary of the main points? Let me know if you'd like me to expand or modify anything. Here is a summary of the key points in the text regarding giving money to children. 1. The author argues against waiting until death to leave money for children. He says money given earlier could have more impact when children need it most. Inheritances often arrive too late. 2. The author says if you cared about your children, you would make a deliberate plan to give them money when it would benefit them most. You would set up a trust fund or other mechanism to distribute the cash immediately after you die. 3. The author claims people who argue against dying with zero based on children are often hypocritical. They have not made plans to provide for their children, they use that as an argument against the die with zero philosophy. 4. The author's view is that money designated for children should be separated early from the parents' own money. The parents' money should then be spent down to zero, while the children receive their designated funds earlier when it can be most impactful. 5. Research shows inheritances typically arrive around age 60, which may be too late to provide maximum benefit in many cases. The author argues for giving money to children earlier to maximize the impact. The main point is that if you genuinely want to provide optimal financial benefit to your children, you should give them money earlier rather than waiting until your death to leave an inheritance. The author advocates planning and distributing funds to children when it will make the most significant difference, not simply as an afterthought at the time of your death. 1. Many people receive inheritances late in life, in their 60s or 80s, which is suboptimal. Receiving money earlier, when they are in their 30s or 40s, would be more valuable and impactful. 2. Waiting until you die to give money to your children leaves the outcome to chance. You don't know who will still be alive to receive the inheritance, or how much each child will get. 3. The author advocates actively giving money to your children while you are still alive, at an appropriate time when it can benefit them. This shows intention and caring, unlike random inheritances. 4. Most wealth transfers happen through inheritances, not active gifts, while the giver is still alive. However, some people do actively transfer wealth to their children. 5. People fail to deliberately give money to their children while alive for two reasons: autopilot behavior and fear of not having enough for themselves. 6. The optimal time to give money to children is debated, but most agree that teenagers are too young while people in their 30s and 40s could benefit the most. In summary, the critical message is actively and intentionally giving money to your children. At the same time, you are still alive when it can most benefit them, which is better than leaving it to chance through inheritances received after you die. It requires deliberate decision-making and action. You should give your children money earlier rather than later, ideally between ages 26 to 35. This is when they will get the most value and enjoyment from the money. After a certain age, people's ability to enjoy money diminishes due to declining health and vitality. An inheritance received at an older age has less value to the recipient. Receiving money earlier allows your children to benefit from the power of compound interest over a more extended period. The poll results showed that most people view ages 26 to 35 as the ideal time to receive an inheritance. People say younger generations risk immaturity, while older generations come with declining health and the ability to enjoy money. The author gives money to his children earlier rather than later, when they can make the most of it. This frees him to spend his remaining money on himself. Your main legacy to your children is not money but the experiences you share, especially when they are young. The memories your children have of time spent with you have lasting effects. You cannot delay spending time with your children indefinitely, but you can weight some money-earning activities to a certain extent. However, there are ways to think more quantitatively about balancing time with a family versus earning money. Does this cover the key points accurately? Let me know if you want me to expand or modify the summary. Here is a summary of the provided text. The text discusses the value of loving parents and positive childhood experiences. A study of over 7,000 middle-aged adults found that those who had memories of higher parental affection had better health and lower levels of depression. The text argues that the value of experiences can be quantified, even if roughly. parents sometimes sacrifice time with their children to earn more money, assuming it will benefit the kids. However, the text encourages parents to consider whether the additional income is worth less time spent with their children. Working to survive at the extremes makes sense, while billionaires spending no time with their kids does not. But most parents have not gotten an obvious answer about balancing work and time with kids. The value of spending time with your children is highest when they are young. Once those experiences are gone, they cannot be regained. So parents should reconsider how much income they are willing to forfeit to have more time with their kids. Similar logic applies to charitable donations. Many people quietly amass wealth and then donate it after death. While well-intentioned, that is not genuinely generous, since generosity requires choice in giving while alive. Here is a summary of the provided text. The author mentions how his old boss, Joe Farrell, told him he was foolish for saving up his money in his 20s when he could earn more in the coming years. Many economists agree that young people should spend more and save less. Stephen Levitt, an economist, received similar advice from his colleague Jose Shankman, who told him his salary would only increase, so he shouldn't save now but rather borrow and live now like he will in 10 to 15 years. Levitt says this was some of the best financial advice he ever got. The author says the advice from Joe Farrell gave him a new way of balancing earnings and spending. Before, he had lived like people in the FIRE movement who aimed to retire early, but after Joe's advice he changed his spending habits. In summary, the key points are: 1. Economists often advise young people to spend more and save less, as their earnings potential will likely increase. 2. Living frugally and saving a lot in your 20s can be seen as foolish because you'll likely earn more money later in life. 3. Young people should aim to spend now like they want to live in 10 to 15 years, rather than excessively saving up. 4. The advice opened the author's eyes to a new way of balancing earnings and spending throughout his lifetime. Here is a summary of the provided text. The author argues that simple rules for spending and saving, like the 50-30-20 rule, are flawed and do not work for everyone. The optimal balance between spending and saving shifts as people age and their income changes. When people are young, they should spend more and save less due to higher future earnings potential. Saving 20% of income when young is suboptimal and causes people to forego valuable experiences. However, as people age, they need to start saving more for retirement and other future needs. But even then, no ideal constant savings rate works for everyone throughout life. The author's key points. 1. The optimal balance between spending and saving changes over time based on age, income, and needs. Rigid rules do not work. 2. When young, people should spend more and save less due to higher future earnings potential. 3. As people age, they need to gradually increase savings to prepare for retirement and other future needs. 4. But even then, no ideal constant savings rate works for everyone at every stage of life. 5. The ability to enjoy money and experiences declines with age, so people need to take advantage of opportunities when they are younger. In summary, the author argues for a flexible, self-determined approach to spending and saving that adjusts throughout one's life rather than rigid rules that stay the same. Here is a summary of the text. The critical point is that as people get older, their health declines and prevents them from enjoying activities as much as they used to. Declining health limits both travel and extracts less enjoyment from money spent on activities. As people age, their health constraints on travel increase while time and money restrictions decrease. Health problems ultimately become the major constraint for the oldest people. The author provides examples of how declining health affects the enjoyment of playing football, skiing, swimming, and other physical pursuits. Older people cannot physically do as much as they used to and must take longer breaks. This means money buys them less of an experience and activity. The author acknowledges that people can maintain their health to some extent and slow their decline. However, no matter what people do, they will not be as good of health at 65 as they were at 25. The author's point is that people often view themselves as younger than they are, not recognizing and adapting to their declining abilities. The bottom line is that as health declines with age, money extracts less and less enjoyment from activities and experiences. The usefulness of money, or its utility, declines as people age and become more limited in what they can do. In summary, the key takeaways are that health declines steadily with age, limiting activities and reducing the enjoyment money can buy. Still, people need to realize how their health is deteriorating. 1. Money has little value at the beginning and end of life. Babies and older people typically have few needs that require money. 2. However, in the middle stages of life, money has more utility and can be used to have experiences. People in their 20s and 30s tend to enjoy money the most. 3. There is a curve for how much you can enjoy money based on age. Health declines over time, limiting your experiences even with cash. 4. This suggests spending more money when you are younger and in your real golden years, the 30s to 50s, when you have both health and wealth, and paying less in old age when health declines. 5. You should aim to balance spending, saving, and investing over your lifetime to maximize enjoyment. There is no one-size-fits-all rule. 6. Maximizing life experiences balances health, free time, and money. Each stage of life has an abundance of one but a lack of others. 7. You should exchange your abundant resource at any age to gain more of the others. For example, the young trade time for money, while older people and money to improve health. People in middle age may trade money for free time. 8. Health is more valuable than money because no amount can make up for poor health, while those in good health can still have enjoyable experiences with little money. That sums up the main ideas discussed in the passage. Let me know if you have any other questions. Here is a summary of the provided text. The passage discusses the importance of health for achieving fulfillment in life. It argues that good health impacts our enjoyment of experiences and activities more than money or free time. The story of Stephen Stern is used as an example to illustrate this point. Stern, a chiropractor, struggled with his weight for decades. When he turned 59, he realized he needed to get fit to enjoy his later years. Though he could never be as healthy as a 30-year-old, he achieved peak health through exercise. This improved fitness led to joyful experiences like hiking mountains with his daughter. The author claims that even minor improvements in health can avoid adverse compounding effects that lead to more severe health issues later on. Poor health can make movement painful or limited, reducing enjoyment. Therefore, investing in health early yields more excellent benefits over a lifetime. The passage recommends investing more time and money in health at all ages, not just retirement. Taking preventive steps like eating well and exercising can help maintain health for longer. The author also suggests exchanging money for more free time by outsourcing laundry and cleaning tasks. This allows you to spend time on things you enjoy more. In summary, the passage advocates for a balanced life where health is prioritized to maximize the enjoyment of all future experiences. Good health acts as a multiplier for deriving fulfillment from your free time and money. 1. Spending money on experiences that save you time can improve your life satisfaction. Research shows people who spend money this way are happier, regardless of income. 2. Your interest rate, or the amount you need to be paid to delay an experience, rises with age. When you're young, you can wait for adventures more quickly, but slowing down becomes more costly as you age. 3. You should think about, would I rather have one experience now or two experiences later? The older you are, the less willing you should be to delay experiences, even for more money. 4. An app called the Die with Zero app can help calculate the optimal amount to spend each year based on your circumstances and goals of maximizing lifetime enjoyment. 5. In general, shift your spending to the ages when you have the most health, free time, and money to enjoy experiences fully. Recommendations. Think of experiences you can only have now due to your current health. Invest your time or money in ways that improve your health and future experiences. Learn about ways to improve your health to enhance future experiences. Does this cover the key ideas and recommendations accurately? Let me know if you need anything else summarized or explained differently. Here is a summary of the key points in the text regarding improving your eating habits to improve your health. Follow Joel Foreman's book Eat to Live. The author recommends this book as a good guide for improving your eating habits. Do more of the physical activities you already enjoy. Activities like dancing and hiking can improve your health and bring enjoyment. If your ability to enjoy experiences is limited by time constraints more than money or health, consider spending some money now to free up more time, for example, hiring help for household chores or meal preparation. The text also discusses the broader concept of time bucketing your life, viewing different phases or stages of your life as distinct seasons. Some key points. We pass through different stages in life, and eventually lose the ability to do certain things we used to enjoy. This happens gradually and without clear endpoints. The author calls these the many deaths in life, when parts of you from different stages or phases die off as you progress to the next step. Realizing that things don't last forever makes you appreciate and maximize them more while you can still enjoy them. Not pursuing experiences during one life stage can mean missing out forever, since abilities and opportunities change as we age. Deathbed regrets often center around not living true to oneself and working too hard to neglect meaningful relationships and experiences. Hope this summary helps. Let me know if you have any other questions. 1. Being aware that your time is limited can motivate you to make the most of your time. The study showed that students who were told to savor their remaining time on campus enjoyed it more and were happier. 2. The time buckets approach involves dividing your lifespan into time intervals and identifying essential experiences you want to have in each interval. This helps you plan and avoid delays. Money considerations are temporarily put aside. 3. Experiences tend to cluster during specific periods of life, following the shape of a bell curve. Most experiences would optimally occur when you're young and healthy, but in reality people's spending peaks around midlife. 4. A time buckets list is proactive and lets you plan your life, while a traditional bucket list is more reactive and a race against time. 5. Some experiences, like travel, are flexible across ages while others are better suited to specific stages of life. But health and free time, not money, should drive your initial time bucket choices. In summary, the key takeaway is that by being aware of your limited time and identifying experiences you want to have at different life stages, you can motivate yourself to make the most of each phase and avoid delays you may regret later. Here is a summary of the key points in the chapter. 1. Don't delay doing things you want to do indefinitely. At some point, delaying gratification too much means no gratification at all. 2. Balance current spending with saving for the future, but that balance will shift over time based on your health, income, and life stage. 3. Make major purchases that create memorable experiences, not just things that will sit around. The memories will last longer. 4. Invest in experiences with loved ones while you still can. Health declines with age, so do it before people get old or die. 5. Your net worth changes over your lifetime, typically rising at first as you earn and save more, then plateauing and eventually declining in retirement. 6. There comes a point where continuing to grow your wealth may not make sense or provide as much value. You've likely reached your peak. 7. The author's example of throwing an extravagant 45th birthday party highlights these points. The memories will last far longer than the money he spent. The key takeaway is that while saving and investing is essential, so is enjoying your wealth while you can still fully experience and share it with others. There is wisdom in knowing when to stop maximizing wealth growth and instead focus on maximizing life experiences. 1. At a young age, you typically have a negative net worth due to student loans and other debts exceeding your assets. 2. As you pay off debt and start saving, your net worth rises and typically rises as you get older. 3. The author argues you should identify a peak net worth, after which you start spending down your savings on meaningful experiences. This ensures you die with zero wealth left unspent. 4. Before doing this, you must have enough savings to support yourself for the rest of your life. The author calls this the survival threshold. 5. The survival threshold depends on your cost of living and life expectancy. As a rough estimate, the author suggests 70% of your annual cost of living multiplied by the number of years left to live. 6. However, investment returns can help offset some of your spending needs, so the amount you need for survival is lower than this estimate. 7. Once you reach the survival threshold, you can start spending down your net worth to maximize your experiences later in life, ensuring you extract the most value from your wealth. In summary, the key idea is that there is an optimal net worth peak after which you should start spending your savings on meaningful experiences. Still, you must ensure you have enough to cover basic living expenses for the rest of your life first. The author argues that considering retirement as a target net worth number needs to be revised. Instead, people should consider their peak net worth as a date tied to their biological age, not a dollar amount. The focus on hitting a particular net worth can cause people to keep working longer to reach a higher number, missing out on valuable free time and declining health. Additional wealth only mess translates to more fulfilling experiences beyond a minimum amount needed for basic survival. Health and free time are also important. Social Security claiming ages and eligibility for Medicare provide some natural dates that people associate with retirement. Still, many people retire earlier, often involuntarily, due to job loss or health issues. The optimal peak net worth date, when one should start drawing down savings, depends on factors like health, earning growth projections, and interest rates. Most people's best peak net worth age likely falls between 45 and 60. The key takeaway is that people should consider retirement an optimal date to begin spending down their savings, based on biological age and health, rather than obsess over hitting an arbitrary net worth target number. Focusing too much on the latter can cause people to miss valuable free time in pursuit of more money they may only partially enjoy. Here is a summary of the provided text. Most people hit their peak wealth between ages 45 and 60, meaning they have the most financial resources and health to maximize life experiences. However, most people wait until much later, age 65 plus, to start spending down their wealth through retirement. As a result, they end up dying with a lot of unused money. To achieve the goal of dying with zero, i.e. spending all of your wealth by the end of life, you need to start spending more earlier, between ages 45 and 60, when you are at your peak. This means accumulating or spending more than you earn during those middle years to make the most of your experiences while still healthy. However, accumulating and spending down your wealth can be challenging for many people who are used to focusing on accumulating wealth through their careers. Even if you love your job, you should still start spending more during your peak years to maximize experiences and fulfillment. Options include scaling back work hours or taking advantage of phased retirement programs. The key is to avoid being seduced by money and instead focus your spending on the activities and experiences that bring you joy. Spending tends to decrease in older age due to health issues naturally, so you need to spend significantly more during your middle years to avoid dying with zero leftover wealth. Here is a summary of the key points in the passage. 1. You should take your biggest risks when you have little to lose. Mark Cuban took many bold moves early in his career when he had nothing and therefore felt like he had nothing to lose. 2. When the upside of possible success is much greater than the downside of possible failure, it makes sense to be bold and take the opportunity. This is known as asymmetric risk. 3. When the downside is very low or non-existent, and the upside is high, it's riskier not to take a chance. Not taking an event can lead to a lifetime of regret. 4. Even if a bold move doesn't work out, there is an emotional benefit from having pursued it. There is a sense of pride in having tried. 5. You should reassess your risk appetite and willingness to take chances as you age and acquire more responsibilities and dependence. What seemed like a reasonable risk at 25th of May seem foolish at 45. In summary, the passage advocates taking significant risks and chances early in life when the potential negative consequences are relatively minor. But it cautions that your perception of what constitutes a reasonable risk level will likely change as you age and gain more to lose. Here are the key points from the summary. Being bold and taking risks when young is a good investment in your future happiness. Even if things don't go as planned, you'll gain positive memories and experience. When you're young, you have more to gain and less to lose from taking risks. You have time to recover from failure and try again. The older you get, the higher the stakes when taking risks. You have more responsibilities and less time to recover from setbacks. People often overestimate the downside risks of bold moves when they're young. They imagine unlikely worst-case scenarios. Moving to a new place can be frightening, but rationally thinking through the fear can help. You can still maintain essential relationships while gaining new adventures. The few people you would leave behind should not dictate where you live. The key is quantifying and rationally analyzing the fear of a bold move. Consider: what is the realistic worst-case scenario if things don't work out? Is homelessness or destitution likely? How much time would you need to recover from a setback? Do you have that time, given your age and stage of life? What temporary options exist if you need income immediately, waitressing, etc.? How can you still nurture meaningful relationships while pursuing your adventure? Can you visit occasionally or stay in touch through technology? Hope this helps. Let me know if you have any other questions. Here's a summary of the key points. To overcome fear of taking bold moves, quantify the risks and rewards. Calculate how much you stand to gain financially and personally versus how much you could lose. Even if you're risk-averse, don't underestimate the risk of inaction. You could miss out on life-changing opportunities. There's a difference between low risk tolerance and irrational fear. Consider worst-case scenarios and actual safety nets you have to see if your fears are overblown. You're unlikely to literally hit the goal of dying with exactly $0. But aiming for that goal will push you to live your best life and maximize your time. When opportunities arise that pose little risk to you, identify them and consider taking them. You're better off taking chances when you're young. Examine the fears holding you back. Let go of irrational fears that prevent you from pursuing your dreams. Realize you have a choice at every moment. Your choices reflect your priorities, so choose deliberately. The key themes are overcoming fear to take bold moves, weighing risks and rewards rationally, recognizing advantages of taking risks earlier in life, and using an extreme goal, dying with zero, to live your best life now. 1. Instead of saving money and working hard to retire comfortably later in life, try to live fully in the present. Chase experiences, give money to loved ones, and donate to charity while you can still enjoy the impact. 2. Ultimately, life is about making memories, not accumulating wealth. Stop waiting and start living now. 3. While you won't be able to perfectly emulate the ideals of fully living and spending down to zero, aiming for those goals can still push you in the right direction of a more meaningful life. 4. The author recommends using an app and mathematical model to help optimize your savings, spending and experience gains for the most fulfilling life possible. The app will perform calculations to help you balance present enjoyment with delayed gratification. The core message is to reject the conventional approach of saving and working hard now for a comfortable retirement later. Instead, the author argues we should spend more on experiences that enrich our lives in the present, give money to others who need it now, and live fully while we still can. The app is presented as a tool to help optimize and balance spending, saving and experience maximization for the most meaningful life. Here is a summary of the critical details and salient points from the various apps. The app aims to maximize your lifetime fulfillment by helping you determine the optimal balance between earning money and acquiring experiences at different stages of life. It does this by calculating your fulfillment curve, which represents the area under the curve of your fulfillment over time. A higher place indicates more overall lifetime fulfillment. The app asks about factors impacting your fulfillment score, like your health, income, spending, and investment returns. It then runs simulations and calculations to determine the allocation of work versus play that yields the highest fulfillment score, under different scenarios and assumptions you input. The app's results are only as good as your data. Some inputs like future health and investment returns take time to predict accurately. Thus, the app is best used as a simulation engine to explore different what-if scenarios and see how changing variables affects your fulfillment. The optimal scenario found by the app suggests spending all of your money by the end of life to maximize fulfillment. This illustrates the die with zero principle. The free app is available for readers like yourself on the book's website. In summary, the Aerios app aims to optimize your life fulfillment by determining the best balance of work versus play at different stages. Still, it relies on accurate input data and simulations to provide suggestions rather than guarantees. It illustrates that spending wealth on experiences by the end of life maximizes fulfillment. Here is a summary of the key points in the text. 1. Many retirees save too much and spend too little in retirement. They are often guided by old habits of maximizing savings and minimizing spending. But finances should serve life. 2. Precautionary savings and the bequest motive drive excess savings among retirees. They fear running out of money or not having enough to leave to heirs. But retirees can often spend down their savings more quickly. 3. Retirees should consider structured spending strategies like annuities and drawdown plans. These help ensure their money lasts while allowing for more enjoyment. 4. Giving money to children and grandchildren before death can provide benefits like emotional closeness, relief from stressful jobs, and education opportunities. But be sure money is given with coaching and scaffolding. 5. As people age, their interests tend to narrow. This provides an opportunity to focus on the activities that will give the most enjoyment. 6. Strategies like the 50-30-20 rule, where 50% of income funds needs, 30% wants, and 20% savings, can instill discipline in spending. But balances will be different for each retiree. 7. Regret avoidance can motivate smarter spending in retirement. Common regrets include not spending enough time with loved ones and not pursuing dreams. 8. People often reach their peak later in life, so retirement years provide opportunities for self-development and new accomplishments. But slowing down is also valuable. It's about balancing priorities. Does this look like a fair summary? Let me know if you have any questions or want me to modify or expand the outline. Some key highlights from the summary. The book argues for balancing spending, saving, and experience throughout life instead of following traditional advice to save as much early in life and spend more in retirement. It recommends actively choosing how to allocate time, money, and health instead of operating on autopilot. Deliberate choices are better than defaulting to what's automatic. The concept of experience points is introduced, where valuable experiences generate long-term benefits even if they don't provide immediate happiness. The author advocates being bold rather than foolish, especially as people age. Fear can prevent people from taking risks that could enhance life. The book provides examples of people putting these ideas into practice, such as donating to charity when money has more impact, working for meaning and fulfillment rather than just money, and traveling or moving for new opportunities later in life. A key theme is focusing on balance, balancing spending and saving, health, money, and time, rather than living with extreme austerity or excess in any one area. Striking this balance differs for each individual.